IsoGuardian is changing the medical industry with a gown that's 5 times safer, 2.4 times more comfortable, and can be reused 300 times. It's going to save hospitals 90% over what they're currently spending, and it's going to drastically cut medical waste. These gowns are not just revolutionizing the gown space. With the help of RPI, we're going to innovate how gowns are made.
My name is Glenn Saunders. I'm a senior research engineer with the Manufacturing Innovation Center at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, or RPI. We're very excited to be working with IsoGuardian to help develop the IsoGuardian seal, which is a way of producing gowns with a watertight, strong watertight seal, which is required for certain applications. We have quite a bit of experience working with fabrics and other flexible materials, including serge sewing, which was done with Hickey Freeman in Rochester, New York, and fusing, also with Hickey Freeman and Interface Technologies. We are currently working on developing robotic technologies for automation in the apparel industry with Henderson Sewing and apparel robotics in the Boston area for the military coat. We have about 30 plus years of experience working with small companies like IsoGuardian, helping develop manufacturing processes.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the founder of IsoGuardian. We're a reusable isolation gown that got its start in the middle of the pandemic. We had stepped up as a manufacturing facility. We received materials in to help with supply chain, and they reminded us of 1950s rubber gloves. We realized that nobody was going to really want to wear this for any amount of time. We looked at the market, we saw what disposables that were available, and we realized that they were not doing their primary job, which was to keep people safe and be affordable. And so IsoGuardian was born. We created a reusable isolation gown that could be reused 300 times, and that's going to bring hospitals 90% savings or more of what they're using right now. On top of that, we've created a gown that's actually breathable, people want to wear it, and it's safe. In fact, we have this tested to 5 times the safety rating required by the FDA. And so IsoGuardian is ready to step into a market that is ripe and waiting for its product. IsoGuardian and Rensselaer Polytech have had a long history of collaboration. When we originally started out and stepping up for the supply chain, we worked with RPI. When it came time to start setting up how we were going to make our new gowns, we were in contact with RPI. When we had done our I-Corps, which is the scientific approach to customer discovery for our gowns as we move forward, RPI was our partner. We also worked with their Lally Business School for business development, making sure that our company was viable and scalable before we move forward.
Our long-standing collaboration with IsoGuardian is built on mutual trust and complementary expertise. They bring ideas, and we bring engineering expertise to the problem.
IsoGuardian has been involved in continuous customer discovery from conception until today. We did our I-Corps, that is a scientific approach to customer discovery. We had RPI as our sponsoring university. We worked with SUNY Binghamton and Cornell, and our big takeaway is that the gowns that were on the market today were expensive, and they failed at their one job, which is to keep people safe. We found through our I-Corps that 68% of people felt unsafe in their gowns. 44% talked about overheating. 26% talked about how much waste they're creating while they're using their gown, and that was unsolicited. It just came up in conversation, and that points to a major pain point for end users. If that wasn't enough, months later, Scientific American published a study that indicated that 400 to 1,400% more liquid was seeping through disposable gowns than was supposed to, according to the FDA. If that wasn't enough, they were also ripping with less than 1 pound of pressure. IsoGuardian has been working with Albany Med. We're looking at a pilot program right now. All this customer discovery is finally getting traction, and it's showing. And we're looking at this pilot program bypassing their VANs, their value analysis network, which can take up to years, and we're going to be doing a pilot because this market is ready for a solution like IsoGuardian. IsoGuardian has a patent pending, and when we filed that patent, we included several versions of IsoGuardian seams. At the pinnacle of it is a special seam that that can only be created by a special machine that would sew and then seal this material exactly where we had sewn. And that's what we're working with RPI on creating.
We've looked at the IsoGuardian seal, and we understand that it creates a strong, watertight seal on gowns and other products where that type of seal is required. And we believe that it is very feasible to combine the sewing and sealing operations into one operation to improve the cost effectiveness of the product. And we will rely on our experience in working with manufacturers, small manufacturers like IsoGuardian.
At the heart of IsoGuardian's technology is a very special seam that can be only created by our material and by a special machine. Currently, we're using a two-step process to approximate this seam. We're sealing and then we are trimming this. Now, it requires a very skilled operator to make this seam. It is effective, but with RPI's help, we can make a seam that is going to fold, sew, and then seal this material so that it is continuous, it eliminates error, and we're going to be able to scale quickly and properly.
We believe it's very feasible to combine the sewing and sealing operations into a single operation to improve the cost effectiveness of producing gowns. The IsoGuardian seal is built on existing proven technologies, sewing and sealing. The innovation is bringing those together in a way that improves the productivity of the manufacturing process. Through this project, we expect at least somewhere in the neighborhood of $7 in savings per gown in labor and materials, an improvement in productivity in the range of 50 to 75%, and a cost savings of somewhere in the neighborhood of about $19 per gown in reduced waste.
IsoGuardian's impact is massive. We're going to be saving hospitals 90% with a more affordable, safer, and smarter gown. We're going to be reducing medical waste over the next 5 years by 65,000 tons. That's 215 Statue of Liberties. We're also, through our one size gown, we're going to be introducing equitable sizing. 70% of the medical industry is female. Their gowns are currently designed exclusively around men's bodies. These gowns are going to allow people to move freer, safer. We're also reducing supply chain issues, which were very prominent during COVID, but thanks to our current tariff situation may very well become another issue. IsoGuardian, we are US and New York based, sourced, and manufactured. This is a critical step in keeping our supply chain safe and secure and providing healthcare professionals with the protection that they need. IsoGuardian has built a better gown, cost-effective, reusable, and safe. It's more comfortable and more sustainable than anything else on the market. And now with RPI's Manufacturing Innovation Center, we're ready to innovate how it's made. This project will combine sewing and sealing into one integrated process, cutting production time up to 75%, which is going to reduce our costs and vastly increase the scalability of our domestic manufacturing right here in New York. We've validated through direct customer discovery, and we're working with Albany Med to create a pilot program to fast track our entry into the medical space. Albany Med's interest is a strong indicator that the market wants what we've built, and it's ready for it. The social impact is real. Less waste, more jobs, and a resilient supply chain in the face of ongoing tariff pressures and global uncertainty. With your support, we'll deliver smarter protection for patients, providers, and the planet.